Stampers, welcome to my craft room. I'm very excited to show you how to make this wonderful dimensional frosting. I first saw this idea from Holly Young on hogwildaboutsstamping.blogspot.com, and I had found her while I was doing a Google search for how to make some card frosting, and I thought this was a fabulous idea and I wanted to share it with you just in case you haven't seen it before. So the first thing I did is I went to the dollar store and I purchased this block of styrofoam. This block was $1. I purchased 2 of them just so I could leave one intact and demonstrate the other. This is going to be so simple, you're going to crack up at how easy this is. So what you want to do is you want to unwrap one of these blocks of styrofoam. You can also do this with styrofoam balls, but I found it much easier to work with these square rectangular pieces. And all I did was I took a knife and I cut this styrofoam block in half, ta-da, and then I went ahead and cut that half in half. So now I've got 2/4 of that styrofoam block. Then what you want to do is grab a Ziploc bag, and I found that this was incredibly helpful. I'm not sure how healthy these styrofoam particles are for you, so if you can contain them in a Ziploc bag, I think that that's incredibly helpful. Of course, if you want to go ahead and just put on a surgical mask, you can do that as well. But I think putting it in a Ziploc really helps. So I went ahead and just zip those right into the Ziploc bag. And then you're going to act like you're starting a fire with 2 sticks. And this is going to make a lot of noise, but all you want to do is basically rub these 2 blocks together as if you're sanding. And as you can see by doing that, hopefully you can tell now we're getting a whole bunch of this fluff starting to form in the bag. So you can get as much or as little of this fluff as you want. Yes, I went crazy and actually did a whole block, and you get a whole bunch of fluff. So once you're done with creating all of this fluff, what you want to do is simply put it in a container. I store it in just a little container. I believe it's a Glad or Rubbermaid take-along container that I got at the grocery store, and I like to store it in here with a lovely spoon so that when I'm ready to use it, it is nice and easy for me to use. And you'll see there are some kind of larger pieces of styrofoam. Usually what I do when I'm going to use this is I kind of move those bigger pieces away and find a nice area that has just the smaller pieces. So to make the cupcake topper that I did here, all you're going to do is use your scallop circle punch, and you are going to punch out a circle, and then you're going to take that circle and you're actually going to cut it in half. So you're going to have your cupcake top. And then all I did was take my Tombow Mono Multi Adhesive, and I just went ahead and coated this. Let me see if I can get some of that glue out of there. Coated this cupcake topper. You don't need to use a ton of glue. I swirl it around. You kind of want to get the ends, but I just swirled that around like so. And then all you want to do, if you don't want to be too messy, is just take that piece and put it right into your vat of styrofoam and press down. And then when you pick it up, you can tap it off a little bit, and you can clean the edges if you want. And if you want more, you can add a little bit more glue. You can try to press a little bit more on there. Again, this is kind of as much or as detailed as you want to get. But that's how you make that topper. To make the actual cupcake, just so you can see how I continued to make the cupcake, I just went ahead and cut a square of So Saffron paper. And then I trimmed the edges just a little bit so it wasn't completely square, and ran it through my crimper. And I popped up that cupcake top with dimensionals right on top of that cupcake bottom. And then you can decorate the top of this cupcake to your heart's content. Here I just used some tiny circles that came from my circle punch in all different colors, and how I adhered them was just by putting dots of the Tombow Mono Multi Adhesive onto the cupcake and then putting them down on those dots of glue. And you'll notice they're a little bit sparkly looking, I just coated them with crystal effects, so that worked really great. The other tip I do want to share with you is you don't have to just stick with white styrofoam, that you actually can color this styrofoam. And let me show you the easiest way I found to do that. I went ahead and purchased some of these small bags from the craft store, and I put a little bit of the white styrofoam in them. And then what you can do is just take your reinkers. This one happens to be pretty in pink, since I thought pink frosting would be fun. And again, this is all to keep our fingers nice and clean. You just want to drop a couple drops of reinker into that bag. Oops, and I got a little bit on the top, but that's okay. You're going to seal that, and then you are just going to move that around, kind of squish it around. So as you can see, your frosting starts to become colored, and you can keep squishing it around until all of that ink covers all of your white styrofoam. And then you're just going to want to give that styrofoam a little bit of time to dry before you use it, otherwise you will get some ink on your fingers. So that's it. That's how simple and economical it is to make this. You can have a lot of fun not just making cupcake tops, but you can use this for snow on cards in the winter. It can be incredibly cute. And I'm sure with all the different colors, you could think of a zillion ways to use this so that it'll enhance the beauty of your cards and paper craft projects. Thank you for joining me in the craft room. I look forward to seeing you for our next video. Who knows what it'll be.